What?
Okay. Okay, we're gonna start. Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the Gaming City Podcast. We keep calling this a podcast, even though it's not the podcast. We're gonna do a tier list today. I'm joined by Corn, that boy HBH,
What's up?
and today we're gonna do, like I said, a tier list of the worst game launches ever. So obviously, S being the worst of the worst, and F. Wait, what?
No, S would be, it's not that bad, and F is like fucking bad.
Oh, okay.
Like it was a bad,
That was a
fucking
bad
launch. Yeah,
toilet
shit.
All right.
Okay.
We're gonna start with Cyberpunk.
Looks like we're starting with Cyberpunk.
Oh.
So Cyberpunk, right?
Oof.
Oh shit! I went back. Okay, so Cyberpunk, I feel like it did have a bad launch. It had a really bad launch. It was really rough, but overall, I liked the product. It was okay. I wouldn't say. I mean, there was a lot of controversy behind the launch, for sure. A lot of controversy. But if you look at the other games on this list, I'd say Cyberpunk didn't even have that bad of a launch. But it's still pretty bad. For me, this is cruising on like the D and E tier.
Okay.
Okay.
David and HBH, what do y'all think?
I think this game. Just know that this game was in development for 7 years,
Right, true.
and they promised us so many things at launch, and they said, matter of fact, they were the leading studio that set this motto, saying, "Oh, well, I forgot the motto."
We don't.
When it's done, it's done.
Yeah.
We'll
When it's
release
done, it's
it.
done. We don't rush our games or something like that.
Yeah. So that kind of, not gonna lie, them by saying that, and there was a time when Anthem and Fallout 76 came out, and those games were bad.
Oh yeah, bad,
And-
terrible launches.
So it was like it was kind of an eye opener that a studio, Cyberpunk, CD Projekt Red, came out and said, we're not a studio like that. So that kind of got a lot of interest towards Cyberpunk.
Definitely.
So, and it had a rough launch, even on PC.
Yeah, even on PC it was rough with all the bugs and everything. It was just bad.
It was horrible.
The bugs really killed the game.
I gotta say, E.
Okay, so we'll put it on E
Julian?
for now.
What
Yeah,
do you think?
let's get Julian's thoughts first. See what he thinks.
You know what? Honestly, I'm gonna have to agree on it. Even though I personally didn't have a bad experience, I did have 2 crashes, but they weren't as bad as I've seen from other players.
Right? Yeah.
It
Same
was
here.
Straight
Same
up
here.
destroyed their base PS4 to be specific.
Yeah.
Or their PC. I mean, I don't know. I didn't hear about that, but I mainly heard PS4 base. That it literally destroyed it.
Yeah.
That's for me. I didn't have a bad experience, although I'm not gonna ignore the bugs or the many false promises that CD Projekt Red, kept saying, "Oh, it's gonna have this and it's gonna have great, stuff and systems and whatnot." And so far, they haven't delivered. So hoping those current rumors about the Samurai Edition come soon. So you can bump it up to a D, but right now it's straight up E.
Okay. So E it is. All right. Because like I said, for me, it was cruising around D or E for me.
You know what? I give it a.
E.
I don't know. It's E.
E?
Yeah, it's an
okay.
E.
All right.
I was about
Fair
to say
enough.
D, but
All right. Fair enough. Fallout 76.
F.
A literal, just not even a reskin, just a copy and paste of Fallout
Okay.
4. How lazy can
Okay.
you fucking be?
okay. So I think I know what Bethesda was trying to do here.
Go on.
Bethesda wanted to create an MMO That's what they were trying to do. But the thing it did wrong, and it did very wrong,
right,
is that Bethesda was advertising this game as a single player.
Were they actually?
Yes, because they said,
What?
Because Todd Howard, we all know Todd Howard. Todd Howard said in a 2018 E3 showcase, he said that if you're playing this alone, because he kept going on and going on, like, oh, you can play with friends, but at the end he's like, well, if you want to play this alone, you can.
What?
Yep.
And literally everyone can tell you, if you wanted to play this shit alone, it would be miserable. Also, there's no NPCs.
Oh my god, are you kidding me?
There was no NPCs.
There were no NPCs.
No NPCs.
What?
Basically, Todd Howard or Bethesda wanted to replace NPCs with real online players.
Oh,
and that was horribly.
No.
That went horribly wrong.
Woo!
So I do agree. This is fucking F.
Okay. HBH.
I have more information about why it was also such a shit show. It is true what David said, and also you have to factor in that this wasn't their main studio; it was their second Bethesda studio, the smaller studio, pretty much. And Todd Howard, in his grand freaking 2 times the detail, was literally crunching the team, trying to build up more and more and more of like all that promises, and in the end, just literally fuck that entire their smaller Bethesda team. And it's just like, why didn't you just give it to the main, HQ instead of just hand it off to the second? Oh, like, yeah, I got this. Don't worry. But honestly, yeah, it's definitely, there's many other issues and many other false promises, and I heard there was a lawsuit. I don't know I don't know if it's been dismissed.
And on top of that, oh my god, this game has so many. If there was like a tier
it just keeps piling on.
If there was a tier under F, it would have gone on that one.
Yep.
Because Julian just reminded me right now is that they literally had another problem with the collector's edition.
Yeah. You're gonna just rename it Fallout 76. That's it.
They literally had a problem with the collector's edition, because the collector's edition was a helmet, and that had, I think, was it fungus? It had fungus or something.
I think so. Yeah.
And it was very unhealthy.
Yep.
So and on top of that, they advertised, that people that would get the collector's edition would get a carry-on bag.
Oh yeah.
So the carry-on bag was dog shit. It was bad.
Shit.
It was cheap.
But the one they were advertising was really like,
it
was like leather, I think.
It was only made from the finest canvas bag, to be specific.
Oh, God.
And on top of that, there's more adding to that shit. On top of that, they made a fucking membership.
Oh my god.
It's called Fallout First.
Yep.
Where people had to literally pay to access more stuff of the game. It was bad, and you should definitely thank God you created that tier for Fallout 76, because it was bad. Honestly, it was horrible launch, the worst launch ever. It was like the second week of the launch game, it was already on sale.
What
I still remember.
Oh, okay. All right, yeah, that's good. Because I was like, wait, hold on. Cyberpunk
honestly, Fallout 76 needs its own fucking tier, because it is just that bad.
It was bad.
Honestly, it's bad. But
obviously it's good now. But
it's gotten better. But its launch was just, you just couldn't ignore its launch. It was bad.
It will forever go down in history as the worst.
Yeah. All right, cool.
Fallout 76.
I like how 76 just has its own fucking category, bro. That's hilarious.
I love it.
So now, guys, Ark. I know this is a game that David is not too fond of, but a friend of ours Michael is very fond of this game. I did not witness the launch of this game, so for me, this is a never played. But I don't know about you two.
I fucking hate Ark.
All right.
Ark has rubber banding, and that itself is worth hating.
Okay. All right.
Oof. Dang. I wish I could hate it because I never played it.
You wish you could hate it.
Why? Why do I want to hate it? One, to be part of the bandwagon, and two, also, I don't know. There's something about it that makes me kind of go, But in terms of launch, I don't know.
Okay.
Well, since David's the only one that had an opinion on this, we're gonna go ahead and put it in the F tier.
Screw it. Just blah.
All right. So another game that had huge potential and just fucking tanked. Anthem.
Oh man!
And this is a game that I was excited for. I was with you, David and Nick. We were excited for this game.
And Robert.
We played the beta. It was good. Game came out. Dog shit. It was
Demo.
not what was promised at all.
We actually played the demo. I think it was me, Joey, Robert, and Nick. I think. And we loved it.
Yeah,
we fucking loved the fucking
fun.
gameplay, the flying mechanics, the classes, the mechanics, everything.
Yep,
dude. We during the demo, we kept repeating, dude, we're sold. We're getting this game. This is badass. And
it got repetitive fast because there was nothing groundbreaking there.
The thing that made this game looked even worse is that they showed a so-called gameplay reveal at E3, and everyone was fucking amazed by the gameplay. They're like, this shit is next gen. All of that was fucking fake.
Yeah.
All of that. Not a little piece. All of it.
All of it.
All of it was fake.
Yup.
And it got butchered, man. It got and the worst thing is that BioWare made it.
Yeah.
BioWare is a very beloved studio.
It's a very beloved studio, yes. Very beloved. And for them to just, do so horribly like this, it's heart-wrenching. It sucks.
It really hurt BioWare's reputation, I can tell you that. A lot.
To add on to the gameplay that David said, it is true, yeah. Before that, they were having development hell. I believe there was directors leaving or people just leaving, I believe. I could be wrong. But I know for a fact they were going through development issues and re-scrapping ideas over and over until finally they came up with a gameplay. And they were like, like David said, everyone was like, that's next gen. And then they said, that's our game. Yep, that's our game. So they had like a year to freaking make that.
Yeah, it's such a shame because it had a lot of potential.
Yeah,
definitely.
A lot of potential.
So, agreed. F tier.
Yes.
Oh, okay. David has a bit of a little bit of a heart. It sounds like you want to go for like a C or a D tier, but I'm not sure.
No, it was F.
F. Okay. HBH.
Definitely F.
Okay.
Yep. Just does it.
It's just Duke Nukem Forever.
Duke Nukem Forever. Now, again, this is a game, just like Aliens. This is a game that I have not played, so I don't know what the status of the launch was.
My brother got this.
Okay.
This came out during the 360 and PS3 era.
Okay.
I
remember.
When I saw him play this game, I didn't know who the fuck Duke Nukem was, to be completely honest with you.
I didn't know who Duke Nukem was either until this game.
But the game's very silly in case you don't know how the gameplay is.
Yes. I saw Critical play it.
I know that I think the story is that it's been a while since there was a Duke Nukem game. And Duke Nukem Forever was fucking advertised like a motherfucker. and it was shit. That's all I remember. People hated it. Anytime you mention Duke Nukem, people don't want to hear it. So.
Oh, but people love his memes though.
Oh yeah. He says a bunch of funny shit in the game.
Well, same here. I never played it, but I do remember hearing the same stories. Like, it wasn't. Something about it wasn't faithful to the originals. So
I'm gonna give it a never played. I mean, if that's all right with y'all, I'm gonna go ahead and put it in the never played.
That's perfect.
All right.
That's fine.
This was
next game, Battlefront 2. It was bad because loot boxes. Yes, loot boxes, cards, literally pay to win at launch. It was bad. There was an outrage, and didn't you say, David, that Disney had to step in, or someone had to step in?
Yeah, Disney had to step in because there's some. I mean, it kind of makes if you think about it, it kind of makes Disney look bad because EA is literally borrowing their franchise.
Yeah.
This was very disappointing. Very disappointing. It's just the way they implement the cards. It was so scummy. The only way you could get rarities was through loot boxes. That's the only way. You couldn't earn them.
Yep.
It was so bad that Disney had to step in, and then they literally had to overhaul that whole system.
Yeah.
Which was good because the Star Wars community pushed back. As we know that sports gamers don't push back, they just eat it up.
Yeah, they just eat it up. Yep.
But Star Wars fans were faithful to they were diehards. They're like, no, we don't want this shit, and they got what they wanted, which was good.
Yep.
Definitely. I remember seeing someone. No, it's because he pretty much said.
He basically said everything you were gonna say, I guess.
Yeah, pretty much. Oh dear.
Oh dear, you're frozen.
Oh dear, I am frozen.
He's saying,
I'm like, again. Oh dear. Well, I guess this time. Pretty much everything David said was on point. The loot boxes were scummy. It pissed me the heck off every time. Like, I get slaughtered by something, and it's because somebody has some sort of stupid card that was like literally OP as heck.
Yeah.
And then I get the loot boxes because I play matches or whatever, and I get dog shit freaking things. And the only way to get the other ones is if you go to the loot box store and buy your real money with these loot boxes. In the end, you'll probably most likely don't even get it, and you just throw hundreds of dollars, and you already paid $60 game.
Yeah.
So I'm glad Disney stepped in.
Yeah.
I think that was peak loot boxes in my opinion. It was bad. EA wanted to cash in on it, but they completely failed. Even though this was a very botched launch, this Battlefront 2 probably has to be one of those games that had the best turnovers ever. Yeah. Because this game is really, really good right now.
It is a good game. Yeah.
Really good. And it's such a shame that there's not going to be a Battlefront 3.
Yeah, that is really a shame. So now, putting everything in perspective, for me, I would say Battlefront 2, sure, it had the loot boxes, that was fucking terrible. But I feel
playable.
like the gameplay was playable. Exactly. It was a playable game. So I want to put it at a B tier.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what y'all feel about it.
Yeah, I think it was just the loot boxes.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing really. I mean, yeah, there was modes that were missing, like Clone Wars, but that eventually came. Oh, Julian.
Sounds like you want to go around here, maybe.
Yeah, I want to say it's between C and a D.
C?
I'm going to say C.
I think C.
I think C.
Okay.
It's not.
C's fair.
What game is that?
Now, this game, I can tell you, it looks like it's Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach?
No
fucking way.
I think this is Five Nights. I mean, I wish. Let me see. I'm gonna see if I could zoom in. Can I zoom in?
I thought it was Balan Wonderland.
No, this is Five Nights at Freddy's. This is Five Nights at Freddy's. Now, for me, this is never played.
The only Five Nights at Freddy's games I've played are literally the first one that came out.
I'm gonna be honest. I have never played a Five Nights at Freddy's game. I have seen gameplay, but I have never played it. I've seen gameplay of Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach, and it does look fucking janky. It looks like a super janky game.
Yeah, it does.
So like compared to all these games, you know, for me it's never played, but from the sounds of it, this is probably like a B or like an A tier.
I would say A.
A.
I never heard anything about it.
Right.
Yeah, me either. Surprisingly, I mean, that's surprising. It's freaking high on Steam, but on Metacritic it's low, and I'm just like, but it is what it is. I'll say an A. Screw it.
Okay. This right here, boys, another game that did horrible on launch because everyone knows the faces on Mass Effect Andromeda. Oh boy, those facial animations were set on plus 500% because just all the fucking weird ass faces.
I remember Justin. He was a huge Mass Effect, and he got it, and he said it was shit. He said it was shit. Don't get it.
Right? No need to.
Honestly, yeah. It's just you know, in my opinion, because honestly, I was just about the same thing. I didn't get it day one, but I did get it. I did get it later, deep sales, and
there it goes again. There goes
there it goes again. Okay, there we go. I got a deep sales, and glad I got a deep sales because
this game's very cheap right now. You can literally get it for like what, $4?
I think so, yeah.
When it's on sale.
Yeah, this was another, you know, this was another game that a lot of fans were waiting for because you know Mass Effect has a big fan base and they were waiting for this game, and for it to come out like this, it was basically just
slap in the face.
A slap in the face. Yes. Straight up pissing on their face like R. Kelly. Like, it was bad. Now, this is a game that I wish Nastra was here for, but he's not here. But you, David, you played this game. No Man's Sky.
Played this game. It was in 20. Let me see. Because I think this game came out in 2017, right? 2016.
2016? Okay.
I got it in 2017.
All right.
And I mean, I love me being a person that loves space. Actually, Nick actually introduced the game for me, and he's like, "Oh, you can go planet to planet without no loading screens." I was like, "What?" That's like kind of like I've never heard of like any game that would do that.
Yeah.
So I was kind of like, "Oh shit, I need to check this out then." So I checked it out. I mean, you could do that when I played it. It's just that the graphics were bad.
Right. Okay.
It looked like fucking Roblox.
Damn. Okay.
The creatures in each planet, yeah, they were creative, but oh my god, they would move so weird.
Yeah.
They would be like no floor, and they'll walk like in the air. It was so bad.
Okay.
At launch it was so bad, and plus the person that was making this game, Hello Games, they promised so much shit at launch.
Ooh.
So much shit.
Yikes.
And they not deliver. This is like I would say this is like a Battlefront 2 and a Final Fantasy 14 scenario where eventually throughout the game's lifespan it became very playable.
Oh yeah, I mean at the Game Awards, didn't it win Best Ongoing Game or something like that? Or it was nominated for Best Ongoing Game?
It beat Fortnite for the Best Ongoing Game, which is, I mean, who fucking beats Fortnite nowadays?
Yeah.
I do recall getting it early on. I can't remember if it was a year later or in that same year. Either way, I did get it early on, and totally same thing with me. Graphics are ugly. Not much to do, honestly. It was empty, just blah. Honestly, just not that great of a launch.
What do you think? Is it B tier?
D.
Oh, D tier. Okay, so next to Cyberpunk. All right. HBH.
Yeah. I'll say the same thing.
Okay. Watch Dogs. I have never played it,
It's
but I'm pretty sure David and I'm pretty sure HBH have, but I could be wrong.
it's funny because because this Watch Dogs was probably better than the other two Watch Dogs in my opinion.
Oof. Okay.
Because, so I don't
better
know
than
why.
Legions and Watch Dogs 2.
Yeah, I don't know
Okay.
why it's here. I did get it at launch.
Mhm.
I remember getting it at GameStop after school. I had fun with it. I had no problems with it.
Right.
I don't know why it's here. Maybe
Hmm.
HVH, maybe you had some problems.
No, but
Oh.
I feel like I can enlighten on why it is considered a bad launch, even though same thing with me. Long story short, my sister pre-ordered it first, and then she eventually was like, I'm kind of bored. You want to play this? I'm like, I mean, I was already hooked on it, and I was like, yo, yeah, I want to play it. And then beat the game, finished it, loved it. As for why it's here, I believe it's because during the E3 whole thing, they showed key sequences in the game, a certain mission where the wind blowing the dust and just little details of like next gen shit and freaking like, oh, like it looks so good, and oh man, the lighting and everything, ambiance, everything, it looked great. But then when you went to the real game, it was pretty much downgraded because obviously the consoles. Yeah, that too.
That's just Ubisoft effect. They do at E3s. They overhype the game.
Yeah.
And then it's something they still do.
Yep.
Nowadays. So
Yep. And
I
I feel like
believe that's all it
they've gotten worse. They want to fucking add NFTs to games. I mean, Ubisoft is just a dog shit company. Honestly, they're just so bad.
I mean, dude, their logo from above is a turd. So though it wasn't bad though, at least not for me.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
I would say this is out of all these games, this has to be in the S one.
Okay.
But, yeah, you know what? Yeah, I'll go with it.
Oh, okay.
At first I was like, what? Like, but then
Watch
I'm like
Dogs
thinking about
is
it.
getting an S tier. It did not have the worst launch.
It's
of all
just
these
it's just
games.
it's compared to these games
Yeah,
only.
compared to
Oh.
these games, it did not have a bad launch. Or
Yeah.
it had a bad launch, but not as bad of a launch.
No, not as near as Mass Effect Andromeda or Anthem or Fallout 76.
Fallout 76
Fallout
was so
76
bad
was
that they
so
literally
bad.
had their own fucking.
They had to have their own freaking tier. That's how bad they were.
It had to, man. That right there has just so much fucking shit. You could make an hour video probably.
Jesus.
Yeah, you probably can. But that's it, guys. Thank you guys for watching. If you want to see more of these tier lists,
Yeah.
like the video.
Yes.
Yeah.
But guys, we'll see you guys next time. Peace.